Hey, Bloomerinos, we're getting ready to make 2 bows just like this for our latest kit, and I'm going to show you how. We're about to work with the 2 cutest ribbons that come in our latest kit. So I'm going to show you how to make a sweet bow, and I'm not going to tell you about the rest of this kit yet, because guess what? I want you to be surprised. So if you'll just put the word bow in the comments, I'll tell you what the bow goes to, and then we'll be able to pop in here and give you a link so you can see the rest of the project. I'm going to make this bow where it's heavier on one side and lighter on the other. And so we're going to accomplish that by having fewer loops on one side and more on the other. And I'm going to keep them a little, what I call is asymmetrical, so they're not matching on both sides, right? So I started off with this tail 16 inches, and I'm going to make this one a little shorter and dovetail it also, just like that. So I have that going down, okay? Really fun. The neat thing about our kits is you'll always get full rolls of ribbon. So it allows you to have extra to create other things to go with your project. I'm going to bring this one, lay it right on top and twist. And then this one will go 6.5, I think. I mean 5.5. And 5.5 over here. And then one more over here. And I just love how that looks. And we get a really sweet bow. I'm going to bring that down and dovetail this one also. So this particular project we're doing, we're going to have a bigger bow on one side and a small bow on the other. So this is our larger bow that we're starting with right now. Now I want to take it off my bow maker. So I want to go ahead and put a cable tie there and bring this around. And then I'm going to fluff it up. I love this stitched ribbon. It has a great feel to it. I love that. Now I'm going to come in the back with a cable tie, so that way we can attach it to our final piece. And then I'll just cut this little pokey part off. And then I like to kind of come in and camouflage the center. So I'm going to use a little of, I think I actually like the plaid for the center. So I'm going to cut like about a 12-inch strip, and then you can make several centers out of one of these so you don't waste any of it. You don't need it all thick. And then just kind of keep this with your roll. I usually just put a pin in it with my roll so I've got it together. And that could be the center on my next piece. I just kind of fold that on itself and run that down the middle. Put a couple of knots in there to hold it. That keeps that looking neat and clean. And then I love the way this bow turned out. Are you ready to see it? I love it. So we have 2 loops at the top and then 1 loop at the bottom of each color. And the nice thing is that's going to hang so pretty on our design for how we're going to use it. Now let's make the second bow. So we'll put this one off to our side here to get our second one going. Our second one is going to be a little bit smaller. And I really don't want any tails on it per se that are hanging down. So we're going to start with an 8-inch tail here, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to dovetail that puppy. So come on in and dovetail it. Now my dovetails just barely hit 8 inches. So it's not quite as long. I usually make those a little bit longer. All right, now this one's more symmetrical. So go 5.5, twist, 5.5 on this side, scrunch. And let's get another ribbon tail here. That is going to dovetail out right at 8 inches. So you fold and you cut up to get that. And I like it 1 tail up, 1 tail down, very, very minimal with the tails. And now bring your stitch ribbon to the top. And remember, this is all available in our kit that you're going to grab. So if you want to see the other video that goes with this, don't forget to pop bow into the comments and we'll show you. This is going to be smaller, 5 inches, twist, 5 inches over here and scrunch it because we're just going to be done. I'm going to layer these right on top. Really pretty. Really, really pretty. And then let's come in and gently take that off my bow maker. Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side. Now, this one I'm going to rotate around and I'm going to fluff it up and just have a nice sweet little tail. See, not a lot of long tails on that one. I'm adding the cable tie to the bottom and I'm going to pull it really tight. And let's go ahead and use our plaid. Again, we have our other piece of plaid here. I'm going to just fold it up. I love this ribbon, it's so pretty. And then I will take and put a couple of knots in there and be ready to rock and roll. Y'all, I can't wait for you to make this particular bows to go on our latest door hanger kit. Look what we're making together. We're gonna make this right now. I'm gonna show you how. We're getting ready to make our newest kit, and it's gonna be involving this adorable rustic nativity. And we are gonna build a beautiful door hanger right on top of this and really extend the lines of how pretty this piece is. I love how it's rustic. It shows the little staples that put it together, and it's got this great feel, and we're gonna stick with that. Your kit's gonna come with full rolls of ribbon, so you'll be able to make these bows. Your different sprays, we've got a couple that have like a light frosting on there with red berries, and then one that is this beautiful sparkle of eucalyptus, and we're gonna make this look amazing. So let's get started and have some fun creating our latest kit. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to pull our bows out of the way. We have tied our bows already on another video. So if you need that video, just ask here in the comments. Type the word bow in and we'll get it for you. If you want to know more about the kit, then just drop kit into the comments. Either one of those works. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is here is my supplies that come in this. You're going to get 2 of these beautiful bushes. I love this bush because it's premium and wired. Oh, it's so nice. And this is a great filler bush that has got this beautiful shimmering eucalyptus, which looks really good with this lighter gray color. So knowing that these pieces are going to be in here, I'm going to start to lay out my design with a couple of pieces of foam first. And this particular foam is just floral foam that's dense and hard. It's not made to be used with water. You can pick that wherever you want. The dollar store even has that in small blocks. And you're just going to take and cut it down and make it smaller. And I have cut several little pieces. And you can lay out yours however you like, but I'm going to have a small block of foam up here and one left, one right. The thing you have to think about is whenever you want to design like that, you have to kind of think about the weight going on either side to make sure it hangs as straight as possible and doesn't sag for you. So we're going to do that. I'm going to start with a little bit of Gorilla Glue underneath these. And then I will put the hot glue right on top. So I'm just going to put a little Gorilla there. A little Gorilla here. And then these are already cut. I've got my glue skillet over here and I'll just dunk them in there very carefully. I can just take one and dunk the other one in with it, kind of scrape them off a little. A little excess is fine though, because you want to make sure it can grab on to plenty of pieces. And this one here, okay? And just make sure you're not dripping off the table. Press that one down a little bit. Okay, I think we are good. Now, you might want to let that set up just a couple minutes and then move on to the next step. Now that that's set up, I want to take and start to use this greenery in the background, okay? This is one of my favorites because of how wired it is. And let's see if we can pull it apart. I'm not sure if we can or not. I haven't. Oh, yeah. So if you can pull something apart, it's a little easier on your hands. And because I have RA and all kind of different issues with my hands, I want to make sure I just trim them down If I can pull it, I'm gonna pull it rather than cut, okay? Because it just saves my hands a little bit. That's okay. We still gotta trim them up some, but I like to pull it as well. Okay, we get all that messy part out. And I cut that one all really into smaller pieces. So let's start off with this one. And this one I'm going to cut into a little bit larger pieces. So I'm going to leave that one a little bit more together. So I'm going to take and leave, maybe looking at this, I think we'll go right here. Then I'll wiggle that in and then just cut that piece off. It's a little thick there, but we got it. Let's see if we can make one more piece about that size. I think we can right here. If I can cut it, might have to tear it still. You might have to get out your big cutters. Usually though, if I score it a little bit, okay, so I got two bigger pieces. That's mainly what I wanted to accomplish, because down here I want that to be a little bit bigger. And these guys I'll just pull off as well. Ugh. Pull it, pull it, pull it. And then trim off those wires. And we'll have all the smaller pieces over here. Okay. So I know this side's going to be a bit larger than that side. So I'm going to start over here. And I want a little bit of weight kind of coming up and in, maybe behind Mary. I like that. And then some coming down. So this piece I think will look good coming right behind her. So we're just going to make a scene right around the Holy Family here. Like we are just going to work it right in. It's my first piece. Now this is my really chunky piece, but I'm going to take and pull off the two shorter ones, and let's use this long one in the background. And I know I want it to kind of come off behind my bow. I can actually trim those, guys. That was a little longer. Design school student, you'd be familiar with the term setting the perimeter. And that's what we're doing here. We're kind of laying out our design from the back and working forward. So we're adding some foliage left and right. Now this is so nicely wired. You're going to love working with it, because I'm telling you, you're going to be like, oh wow, I can move that back there. See, it's wired. Okay, hold these little berries off for a moment. I'm going to put like a little bit more maybe coming this way. Bringing a little more of the weight to the inside. Fantastic. And I don't want to cover her up, but it's fine if she has a little bit of foliage right beside her. There we go. Now let's work on the top part here. Okay. I'm going to slide her over a little bit more. And I'm looking for these snowy leaves to use in the background. And we're going to do the same thing. We want to have some foliage now coming down. Over here to go around Joseph. And you guys can absolutely, okay. That's what I would do. Now with this kit, guys, the only things that don't come with it are going to be the floral foam. You're going to need a couple of floral pins when we get ready to put the bows on. And you'll need some wire cutters and of course your glue gun or a glue pot. Okay. Putting a little bit more of this greenery in, then I'm going to add a little red berry to the top. I love it. Here they come. Here's some great berry clusters, and we'll just put these kind of on top of the other pieces we already put in. Just layer them in. Just a couple. That little guy, I'm going to hold off for a minute. Okay, so we've got, that looks really fun. I like it so far. Now, I'm going to bring in the eucalyptus. So the eucalyptus spray, you're going to cut this off the bush, just like this. And just take and cut each piece off. This is just a perfect Christmas decoration. And these are fun to make with family. Even the grandkids can get involved and help you. If you have a granddaughter who would like to sit here and design this with you. You do need to supervise a little bit with the hot glue and stuff, but depending on their age, your daughter might like one of these, right? So I'm taking these and breaking them all into similar sizes. Basically keeping them about half of their size for most of them. One of them was a little shorter. So we're just taking them and breaking them into smaller pieces. And I'm going to do that with every piece. So just like that. Now I want you to work on shaping out the greenery here, kind of trying to stay consistent. Like if we have weight there, we need to add weight here. So you might want to zigzag back and forth where you pay attention to how much you're adding to each side. And I'm just going in between my other pieces I already put in. So we've kind of got a nice little spray over there, a spray on the right over here. Now I don't want to go out too far with some of these, so I'll trim them down a little bit. Like that one, and this one I'm going to trim just a little bit. So they are not a complete circle around. You can do that if you prefer, that's fine. For me, I like them a little bit more structured. Okay, let me add one more little piece of greenery right here by Joseph's head. I want to use this smaller one with the good wire because I can manipulate it a little bit bigger like that. And then how about one piece? I'm going to cut one piece off to go right there. Okay, so we kind of made the whole background and we're ready to put our layers in now and add dimension. All right, do check it, make sure, hang it up for a second and make sure it's not pulling too much on one side or the other. And if it is, if it's hanging too much this way or this way, you're just going to need to redistribute the weight. All right, now my next option is to add my bows. So we already tied these on another video. If you need that video, it's going to be linked in the supply list for this particular project on Cottage.com, or you can just put bow here in the comments. We'll get you the link to the bow. And remember, this is a whole kit, so if you need that, just ask here as well. We're happy to get it for you if you're having trouble finding it. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm adding a U-pin to the back of the bow. So I went under the cable tie we had already put in. And when we originally did these, I totally forgot we're going to need U-pins. So we put the cable ties in the back, but we're going to replace those with a U-pin. And if you can just slide it in there, you don't have to retie it on. I'm going to take that out and we should have a little hole in there. And what a U-pin is, it's a little metal pin shaped like a U. Here's one in my hand. Here's another couple there. Okay. And those allow us to glue it into the foam. Okay. Now I'm going to pull my tails up before I start putting glue on here, and I bring the glue to the pin. And I'm going to pop this one in I'm going to go sideways. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Y'all, this is so cute already. And then this piece here, we're going to go sideways just like that. Oh, I love this. Y'all have to get this, kids. This is so cute. Put the glue on that one. I love it. This will look great on your door, guys. Plus, what a fun project to really remember what the Christmas season's about. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I love it. Now, our job is to use our remaining greenery and our remaining eucalyptus to hide and camouflage the foam and then come into the bows. That's a specific way I love to design. So now we're going to take these existing pieces and we're going to even go smaller with them, okay? We're going to cut them down just a little bit more because we're trying to fill in and just go around the bow. I love this. Okay, I'm going to trim this one too. Let me do it here. Trying to do it while I get at least 2 pieces on each one, okay? Up on these. It's my little knot I tied at the bottom of the bow, and I want to hide that. Okay. Kind of coming forward. Now you can use Spanish moss if you have some in your stash to like really camo it, but you should have enough supplies here that you can hide it pretty good. I always add my moss at the end. Now moss does not come in the kit, but it is a staple supply like we always have on hand here. I'm going to pull that up and keep adding these layers into the bow. Look how cute! I'm loving it! Y'all, we crushed it with these bows. They are the perfect length. The tails look good. I'm loving that. Okay, let's bring some more down here to the other side. Just give it a little twirl in the glue. I'm working all these up, so they're coming up. You over here, and you're just going to want to wiggle your piece around and look at it from all the angles and see if there's any holes. Fill the holes with the eucalyptus first because it's a little fatter and it's wider. Then we will come back with the other smaller, more delicate greenery, and then any red berries, we'll have them up into our bow. So it went from being really cute but flat to now having so much dimension. And if you sell your pieces, dimension is what makes them have a higher perceived value. It doesn't look like something that's just whipped together. It looks like a lot of time and effort was put into it, and a higher design, style. Okay, I'm gonna put this one in here. So just take your time. Layer them in. You're going to start to feel this come more forward now, meaning up towards me, up towards you guys on the camera. It's coming up that way. Look here. See all that dimension? Yeah, that's good. And if you don't, don't want to encroach on Joseph too much. We'll have a little there. I still want to see the silhouette of everything, and you can. It looks really good. All right, it's berry time, so I'm cutting the berries off. All these little pieces off here. We want to use them up. I'm going to hold that greenery off just to kind of fill in any holes. But now I want to make sure I got berries coming forward. So let's have one up here. Coming off the back of the bow. There we go. And then one right here, maybe towards the front. Great. Now let's work down on this quadrant down here. I'm going to trim that down. We don't want them sticking way out. We want them to tuck into the bow. I love that look when it's tucked in there. Like a little surprise. Hi! How you doing? Design school students love doing the detail work. It's one of our favorite things to do. And it makes your pieces stand out, really. Y'all, I hope you've enjoyed us making this together and you're ready to tackle a project just like this. And you can grab the kit where you don't have to, you don't have to even think about where to find any of this. It'll all come to your door together, and all you'll need is your basic craft supplies to put it together. Just a couple of U-pins and some floral foam. You can make a U-pin out of wire too, if you need to. So I'm just going to look, I'm going to give it a wiggle and see where I might need to add a little bit more. I'm going to put a little berry right here. Okay. And a little greenery up here. There we go. Now, how are you looking over here, buddy? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit down here. You see how I'm just kind of taking it around and looking over anywhere that, oh, that looks good. We did a great job. We filled it in real nice. So take the last couple of pieces and find where you might need to add them. I'm looking good though. I love this, guys. Can you believe we made that together? I think it turned out beautiful. Make sure you grab the kit and make this right along with us. It's going to look beautiful on your door this Christmas season, and you can hang it up year after year after year. All right, Blue Merinos, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.